Welcome to Matchday 7 of Division 2 of Season 8 of the Simulation Soccer League. I'm Socc, joined by Sarah, the Voiceless Creator, as we make the turn towards the second half of the season. Sarah, it's been a wild affair through 6 games. Two teams currently looking like they are the contenders for promotion, but a huge chance to make an upset here that could end up spoiling things.
Yeah, the first half of the season was a well-balanced one. We had clear winners, clear losers, and a clear mid-table. And the second half of this season has all the chance to throw us for a bender. Of course, the gap between the second and third place team right now is only 5 points. So really 6-point swing could make a big difference.
Absolutely, and that's one we start out with as Inter London, the team in second place, taking on Adowa Accra. And it looks like it seems to be the standard formations for most of these teams that we've seen thus far. Well, as much as you can say standard for Accra.
Yeah, well, it's definitely standard for Inter London. It's the 4-4-2 narrow diamond there, and coming out in a 3-4-1-1-1.
All of a 7-1-1-1 previously.
Yeah, 7-1-1-1 is that's fair. This is a Zenlos 11.
Yeah. Or I guess a Zen 11. As Dian's there, his rush blocked out by Dimitrov.
But Accra are in second place, so clearly it's worked for them.
Well, they're in third place.
My apologies. Yes, third place. In third with 10 points. It's Inter London who are second.
Indeed, they have. Yep, and we mentioned the 6-point swing and how important it could be for Doha Accra if they can get the upset away from home. If they can do so, it would be a huge get for them. They'd only be 2 points back, and they'd have likely or possibly superior goal difference as K. Clements tries to fire the bottom corner, but just wide with it.
Now, who this match also has importance to is Seoul, who are in first right now by virtue of goal difference. So what that means is they are also on 15 points, and this match could have implications on their hold on a promotion spot should Accra pull off a win here.
Indeed, of course, they do still have another game to play. They will probably be the final game that we cover against Montreal. Llewellyn there, rushed out by Pinkman, gets it back. Pinkman tries to whip it in for Clements there, but it's blocked out by Sator Freddy for a corner. Ready to whip it in as Divezelot tries to get that one down, but can't do so, and over the bar on that attempt. London currently with a majority of the shots thus far and a slight majority in possession. Dian trying to make a cross here. Up being turned away there by Divezelot. Tries to fire it forward there for Tucker. Try and work through this front three with Tucker, Berbatov, and Zaoni. Dian there playing far afield. Obviously marked there by McGurk. Oyatu finds Berbatov. Now they find a little inside ball here for Tucker. Tucker with some room, parried by Yeboah. And that's out for the corner. I'm taking down here on this first half. Accra would love to head to the sheds with a break, but dives in a lot. Gets that one clear, and that will see us to half-time. And, well, amusingly, with those late opportunities, it's been completely evenly matched on the expected goals.
Yeah, if I'm honest, this one's a bit of a dry one. I expect some fireworks from both teams. Inter London has fired their way into this season. K. Clements has a lot of goals on the year. Let me just double check that number. Yeah, that's 15 on the year so far. So it's a little surprising to see neither team has really gotten it going. Then again, Accra playing in this 7-back formation is a very controlling and impressive one. So it's not too uncommon. It's not too strange to see them in such control of the game. But at the same time, that means that they've sacrificed some of their offense at the very least with that sole striker and the attacking midfielder behind them. We haven't seen a ton of chances come out from them.
No, I mean, that's, I feel like, part of what they've done previously. Is we do have one change for Accra. Mike Trout has come on for Taco Cat. And yeah, I mean, we did see that Accra did have a little bit of a failing with it in their previous game and ended up dropping a tough affair. Which probably would have kept them in a promotion race had they not ended up dropping that game to Seoul. But thankfully, they are back. Well, I mean, they've had the toughest of the schedules, I think, thus far. Well, not thus far, but rather they have had a tough couple of games with this, having to face Seoul and London. Basically, back-to-back games. Very difficult for them, as there's a good save there from Hannibal King. Having to face them for matchday 6 and 7 is Clement's a drive there off an indirect, tipped away by King. Finds Jerry, dives in a lot, comes way in to try and get a header on net, but was knocked down there by Farah Dian and probably was off target as well.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of Inter-London's best chances come off these set pieces here, and that's not too surprising. Like I said earlier, that formation really stifling a lot of free play.
Indeed. I suppose looking at it, they do have like the two wing backs that are playing up, which makes me think it's more of a 5-3-2, which is still incredibly defensive and something that I think Inter London having a very tough time trying to break there, as Jerry's header there is wide of net.
Yeah, he might rule that to missing that one by the end of this one.
Jorde will try and fire that one forward for Jerry, but was cut off there by Llewellyn. Again, with a lot of breathing space. Fires one across for Berbatov. Berbatov, a long drive, but not going to find the target, though a great attempt.
Time ticking away now.
Only 10 minutes left in regulation. I'm also noticing now that the referee is wearing clothing very similar to the Adowa Accra uniform, so could be a point of concern for the future. As
Yeah, he left his alternate kit at home, unfortunately.
Indeed. Well, that is the way she goes, as Dimitrov will try and get an inside run with McGurk. Right over to Pinkman, and then a shot by Jerry is just going to fire back off something in the crowd, or might have been the advertising boards, and back into the back of the net, but not the place you'd want it to be. Looks like this one will just be seen out.
Maybe not.
Maybe a late rally. No, Santor Freddy cuts it off, and I think Accra will be happy to get out of London with a point.
Yeah, if you had asked me or asked them coming into this match if they would have taken the split, I think they would have agreed. The formation certainly agrees with that philosophy. Take what you can get, and they certainly did. Well played by both sides, and yeah, a good opener. We did see good action from both teams. Accra certainly had their chances. We saw Tony Yeboah coming out big, the defensive for Inter London playing well as well. Obviously, out of the field, Accra's defense played well.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's going to be a player of the match for Bob Dives in a lot, which is rather surprising, but I suppose in a little draw, you would probably expect a centre-back to be performing to that level. Santor Freddy may feel a little bit hard done by it. He also got the 7.9 match rating, had a key block there that could have very well been the difference in that game. Yeah, just a rather uneventful draw that leads us off, which hopefully should mean that we get more excitement coming up here for the second game.
I think that if you, when we watch that match back in the future, that's going to be one of the more defensive masterclasses of the season. But as of right now, for someone who's looking for a quick start to our sim, that was not it.
Yeah. But while we do have another exciting game, hopefully queued up for this one, it is Reykjavik United taking on FC Kaapstad. And it's Lachlan O'Rourke getting to play against his former club in D2 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, Kaapstad, I believe they were relegated last year. So this is a matchup that Lachlan has played a couple times now. I think he's come back to bite the hand that's fed him once, but by this point in time, the feeling is, I would say, mutual.
O'Rourke flicking it forward for Andrews, who was offside.
Lachlan will work with 3 goals in the competition so far.
Once more, Reykjavik looking to mount the assault. Here's Letitia trying to find O'Rourke. Good block there. Kamavinga able to turn that one away, and Og is able to clear that one out of danger. Now, Kaapstad will look to attack on this right-hand side. We're over Kraustus. Looks back over. Now Hulkavodo inside the area for Muffin. Good challenge, Letitia there. Got it away.
Kaapstad looking for their first win in league play in what would be 2 seasons now.
Yeah, it's been a long road, and they're really hoping to break that streak. They've been able to claim a couple of draws, but still no victory for them. And it would be a great feeling to remember what that one is. As there's O'Rourke firing one in outside the area, and it's 1-0. O'Rourke scores against his former team.
Yeah, well, we alluded to it, didn't we? Certainly, that's what happened here. That's goal number 4 for O'Rourke on the year, and what a shot that is!
Wow.
Not much as a keeper you can do. Dexter Hull did his best. He got to the position you would expect to make a save in, and saw the ball just curl over his fingertips.
And we also have a Hull v Hull matchup, as Eric Hall is, I believe, playing the central anchor role for Reykjavik as the attack mounts again. Andrews inside ball. Manone has it saved by Dexter Hall and out for a corner. Eric Hall to whip it in for O'Rourke again, but just onto the netting, I think.
Let me just check the assist for Reykjavik. I think that is...
Are we getting the Manones confused again?
I am getting them known as huge again, yeah.
That old chestnut. Yeah, well, 1.01 expected goals, and about as close as you can get to 1.01 goals for Reykjavik.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty clean half for them, if I'm honest. A little bit of a neutered half for Kaapstad. Not a ton out of their offense, unfortunately.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to get the ball rolling towards Kevin Zimmer. I've really been seeing him able to be activated of recently as there's a miscommunication there. Perhaps it's a long flick across from Hulkavodo. Ends up out for a throw-in.
So Kaapstad playing in a 4-3-3 today. Sorry, Reykjavik playing in a 4-3-3 today. Kaapstad are playing in this asymmetric sort of 4-3-3, I want to say.
I call it more of a 5-2-3 because you have Kratos kind of playing that wing-back role. Just kind of more offset from the defensive line as Eric Cole trying to find Roberto Scarpetta, who ends up heading it wide.
Yeah, 5-2-3 would probably be more fair. An asymmetric 5-2-3.
Yeah, Roberto Scarpetta doesn't really have a goal this season, but I believe only scored it in the cup as Paul looks again to try and find some of a header clear by Doug. Mataski finds Eric Hall. Stops and turns back and just looks for Mataski outside the area. Nothing trying to get inside the area just yet. Letitia does do it with Andrews. And then Letitia back. Doug, I think, cleared it out. Tried to get it over the line, and then Dexter Hall had to punch it free. Out
Yeah,
for a corner.
that looked to be like a chip of some sort, and Dexter Hall getting a glove to that one on the corner there.
Yeah, I think it was David Doug who actually tried to clear it out and then just couldn't get it back over his own net as O'Rourke found on the far post, but over the bar at the top of the netting and ends up being a goal kick. Again, it's just been Reykjavik with the dominance in terms of the shot department. 12 shots to 2 thus far.
They're really good on their set pieces, is really what it is. Had it not been for Hall, they'd probably be down by a couple.
Yeah, but Letitia trying to find O'Rourke again, but that one all got the foot out and just cleared it, redirected it the right way.
Couple more.
Out for a corner as we go again with the diver that time, but all that time again a safe pair of hands.
The onslaught continues.
And I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon as Dante Manone will send it to the right flank with Henry Andrews. Just played it from the corner circle. Ends it back now. Might have a little bit of space to run parallel, but doesn't opt to do so. Instead goes to Mataski, who tries to fire one through, but nothing doing.
Had some good curl to that one. Unfortunately, just didn't put it on target.
Just need to try and find another goal here to potentially equalize Kaapstad, and chance mounting now with about 18 minutes to go in regulation. Would be a bit wild to say 80 there. Krausas will have Tato in front, does flick it forward to him, has a little bit of a run. Tries to go back to Krausas, but it caught him out of position and just trying to win it back. Lopta tries to make an interfering challenge, but no Reykjavik player is able to swoop up the scraps.
Does reset their play though.
Yep, as Tato now again finds some room on the left, on the right edge, whipping it forward for Muffin, but his header is way too high.
Great chance there for Kaapstad though. Best looking opportunity that I've seen from them. That right side overload that they're trying to play did work out for them there.
Yep, just unfortunate that it wasn't able to be converted to something on the score sheet. As Mataski gets back over to Hall. Tissier will whip it forward. O'Rourke here looking for his second, but that is a great save there. Next to Hall again, just getting over, narrow the angle and covers his near post. A corner kick here for Reykjavik. They've been dangerous on these set pieces. And they convert this time, not quite. Ends up down for Manone. Does get Hall back onside. Sherwood trying to play interference here. Back in for Dante Manone. Back Letitia, Mataski. Ball inside ball for Andrews. Letitia now has a bit of a clear run and put it off the post. Krausas ends up getting onto that, but that was surely 2-0 had it found the inside.
Yeah, a little bit of luck for you for Kaapstad.
Direct for a kick, Zimmer just wide.
And deserved for Hall there. He's done more than his fair share. He's deserved that save by the post to help him conserve one goal against.
Yeah, it's been his best friend in some ways as Andrews back heel there for Letitia, sends Manone through in a run inside ball. O'Rourke, oh, just wide again. Looks like a fourth official will have 1 minute on the board. And with about 5 seconds left of regulation time, they will have probably the 1 added minute to try and find something more. Kaapstad to try and equalize and Reykjavik to extend their lead and put it out of reach as Dexter Hall's now going to play upfield. No reason not to at this point. As well lose by 2-1. Bug and Sherwood. Not finding anyone on a deep run perhaps.
Kaapstad have to be a little more progressive than this.
They're
running out of time.
Back like this. They might be thinking J.R. Smith and thinking they're up, but I mean, they've got to find some kind of attacking opportunity because the referee could blow his whistle probably any moment, and Sherwood opting for the back pass there no one's really forward here. Will probably get called down, and it does. Reykjavik ends up with a huge victory over Kaapstad. That's another player of the match performance there from Lachlan O'Rourke, as he scores the only goal of the match.
That had to be infuriating as a Kaapstad fan. They're probably most sustained possession of this half, and it was a end of the game triangle ball, as someone should call it.
Yep. And while that extends another league play streak, they have only been able to claim, I believe, 3 points from 21 games.
Yep, but not a winless season for Kaapstad. They did win the cup, so they have that going for them.
Which
For
is
Reykjavik,
nice.
a win will put them onto 10, and that puts them right behind Accra with that draw with London today. Means that they are tight into that title race with just about half a season left to play here. Certainly could make themselves contenders.
Yep. Got a chance to thrust themselves into the ascendancy, perhaps. As this third game lined up for us, I believe it's going to be AC Romana taking over Red Star Lao.
This is one of my favorite matches. This is the expansion match, and AC Romana, Red Star Lao. Very fun to watch these two come together. Two very different philosophies.
Indeed, as we are set to get underway here. You mentioned their different philosophies. What about these teams has kind of been seen as very different from one another?
Well, Romana are a very flexible team. Today they're playing in a 4-2-3-1, and it is a formation that they've lined up in the past, but notably different. We see amazing time here. From
Early foul there on Schweinsteiger, and Milton Nunez will try one for the near post. Schweinsteiger the shot and had Berger diving, but nothing could be stopping them as Nunez tries to find Facilitito on a header. It's cleared out there though by Strawberry. Terence looks it over to Zoidberg and taken away there by Arinata Toro. Perhaps a counter-attack on here. Rollo Martinez trying to get by Tyson Nunez on the right flank, but Tyson Nunez does shut it down and slides it out over the sideline, as that's a bit of a frantic 90 seconds to start here.
Yes, absolutely. So Red Star Lao are lined up in a 4-2-3-1 that's different from AC Romana due to the double pivot that features in Red Star Lao's defense. They have those two defensive or two holding midfielders versus AC Romana's more
Got a
aggressive.
chance here. John Zoidberg beats Berger. Got him to dive early. Gambled and lost. You want a goal. Why not Zoidberg? It's 1-0 Romana.
That's one of those midfielders that I was just mentioning for AC Romana. Zoidberg playing on that left-hand side of the midfield wasn't very much a part of the midfield there. He flooded forward on the attack, absolutely unmarked, and that's because despite Laos having 4 defensive markers in that central area, AC Romana are still throwing too many bodies into the attack. There's always going to be an extra man.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen Red Star Lao definitely struggle in previous seasons with the odd man rush, and I mean, I can only hope that it won't be the same struggles as we've seen in previous games, as Rigmarole tried to fire forward for Chicken, but a great save there by Carrigan, which thankfully did not matter as Furious Chicken was offside.
I'm sure Kerrigan would have liked that to count, but it won't on the score sheet. The highlights will still capture that for him, though.
Yeah, the Nunez brothers connect. Tyson to Milton. Back of Facilitito. Milton Nunez. Oh, that might have been a foul there from Willie Normus. Wasn't considered a Jeremiah from long range. Right across the face. Jeremiah brushes up, and he gets his first of the season, making it 2-0.
Pair of debut goals here. Not debut performances, of course, but John Zoidberger, his first of the year. And you just mentioned there, Jeremiah, the first of his year right there. So really chipping in. Jeremiah, again, midfielder, by the way.
Yeah, they got both of their goals from their two holding midfielders, which I mean, we've talked before about, how much we thought that Jeffrey Levert has kind of been struggling as a primary option, but thankfully this game he hasn't really needed it just yet, as it's been his midfielders that have come up forward and have ended up making a strong rush to try and get them in front, and they have done that with a 2-0 lead here early on, but Red Star Lao looking to find something of a break here. Addy's shot is blocked there by Terrence, and it falls into the hands of Carrigan.
So I think the difference between the two formations is the two holding midfielders that feature for Red Star Laos, and it's the Romana 4-2-3-1 that featured the more aggressive midfielders.
Okay. I have it the other way, my mistake. As that will take us to the break, and Romana perhaps might consider themselves lucky, but the opportunities they've had, they've been able to capitalize on, and definitely feel like they will maintain control going into the break.
Yeah. Excuse me, sorry. It's not like Red Star Laos' formation isn't working for them. Certainly, it's doing what it's intended to do, and that is control that match and lock it down. Unfortunately for them, they're able to control what they can control. It's that Romana keep throwing more players than they have defenders, and it's hard to control that. Right? That's what we would call a numbers problem, a mathematical impossibility. There's always going to be a free man, and that is just a tactical mismatch, I want to say.
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about it like it's a skill issue there, honestly.
No, I don't think it's a skill issue per se. It's quite literally a numbers problem.
Yeah. Simply a difference in numbers. As Norma whips it in there for Changshan Princess. Tough save there by Carrigan, but does end up forcing it wide for the corner.
Funny enough, someone that we see do this in real life quite frequently is Pep Guardiola.
At least he brought a Barca style of play.
He loves flooding that midfield, having that extra runner.
Yep. As he has time now with a chance, but Carrigan there to save it, and the parry was cleared. Hour gone in this match. Romana still up 2 rather. Red Star Lava 1 down 2 right now as Fast Latito finds King. A little cross a face of Zoidberg, and now Terrence will try and find a runner here. Milton Nunez, good block there, really enormous. Looked like Berger had it covered though.
I, for a second, thought he may have been offside, but very well played.
Now looked like it timed that run beautifully as Jeremiah now sends it forward there for King. King trying to find someone across, but Willie Enormous is the only one there and just sends it out. That one sent across for Laverta try, but they had a save there by Berger. Got over to that post well and ends up stopping it.
Yeah, I'd be a little concerned about the defensive capability there. The Romana players got open real quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does help, but Josh Berger, I think, has been, the second best player in all of Division 2 in league play. So he's definitely been playing a higher standard as Rigmarole finds time. Looking for an open man there along Martinez with forward for Chicken, and Chicken finds the header, and it's the lead has been cut in half. Furious Chicken, a beautiful play to get that header on.
Great effort from Chicken here, just sticking with the play the entire time. You see Kerrigan make the initial save, but it kind of dribbles in, and really, that's the redirect from Chicken. I apologize, there was no initial save.
Yeah. Here we go again. Nice standing with Furious Chicken. His Glenn Smart was in front, but Chicken, I think, has such a great height advantage over Glenn Smart, but it really wasn't much of a surprise that he was able to get his head to that one.
Yeah, I think that was just a bit of a misplay from Glenn Smart. He kept Chicken onside is really what it was there.
Yeah, that will be a tough one to swallow as Chicken again tries a header, and Carrigan perhaps a little bit too excessive on the dive there, but stop's a stop. Now a counter-attack being mounted here. Schweinsteiger running right by Messi. Has Levert on the edge. Effort pass was just a bit too heavy for him. Whipped it back around though. Schweinsteiger's header is saved again by Berger.
Yeah, what an unfortunate pass that was from Schweinsteiger. Just way too much sauce in that one. Levert had an open run otherwise.
Indeed is. Now Romana looking to play out from the back here. We're over to King. Tyson King. Now does whip one across there, but great intercept by Willie Normus on the through ball intended for Fasa Latido. Now Normus on the right edge after receiving that long clearance from Berger. Normus from Rigmarole. Now Furious Chicken running in. Save, but a rebound. Rolon Martinez just has to get on it. Just maintain possession for now. He's going to make a continuous attack here. Rolon Martinez. Time for Ari Nagatoro. There it is. The equalizer finally struck for Laos. And it's a game of two halves here. Two from Romana in their first 25 minutes. And in the first 30 minutes of the second half, Red Star Laos have come right back.
Incredibly worked by Red Star Laos. What team play from them here. Modern Time coming in on that left-hand side, really making that 1-2 with Rolon Martinez, and then finding Nagatoro Maradona on the pass. That was really well executed.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also just been helped by the fact that Josh Berger has been so solid in net and really has had several tough opportunities thrown his way that just have not gone in net, as Carrigan there also making the stop. The goalkeeper's really having to play strong here.
So that's be Nagatoro Maradona's third goal of the season. Fierce Chicken's seventh.
Yeah, Fierce Chicken has been one of the key strikers for Laos as well, and a solid reason why they've been able to perform. As Normus here, sending one across here, trying to fire Rolon Martinez, but just way over. There's just under 10 minutes to go here. Cross for time now. Chicken, oh, just put it off the outside of a post and out for a goal kick. That could have been a huge comeback goal for Furious Chicken's double.
We're still in it now.
As there's Berger again turning an attempt over the bar for a corner. One whipped across. Sent forward by Strawberry. Terrence finds Tyson Nunez, who was offside. Got to get back after those corner kicks. It doesn't look like there'll be much unless Romana can mount one final attempt. Smart for Jeremiah. I think we're just going to be content to take one, yeah.
Yeah,
that's the end of it. I have to give credit where credit was due. Red Star Laos really turned it on in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they deserve to tie the match. They brought the pressure, they brought the heat in the second half, and they scored the two that they needed to bring it to a tie. I think this is all in all a pretty fair result from both sides. I enjoyed what I saw from the Romana in that first half. Didn't quite enjoy what I saw from them in the second. And vice versa for Laos. They played really well in that second half, and that second goal was just really, really well worked from all angles. Might be a goal of the season for them.
Yeah, as it will be Ari Nagatoro that ends up earning player of the match for that game-tying goal. And will definitely help Laos' case so of at least staying off the bottom of the ladder. As perhaps a bit of a rue there for AC Romana, as they will fall off the pace and likely stay firmly lodged in mid-table. But this is definitely going to be a key matchup. Seoul Mythic do have a chance, as we know now, to take outright first in the competition, but a loss here to Montreal United, who did defeat Inter London in the first game of the season. That could be a huge chance for an upset here.
Yeah, Montreal United are a bit of a wild card team. They're 2-2-2 in 6 games. They are 8th place and smack dab in the middle of the table. They have beat the best and lost against AC Romana and Red Star Laos. So I really don't know what we're looking at.
Yeah. Perhaps it's just a team of upsets. And we'll be looking to create another one here as try to be found on the header there, but was headed away by Tenderloin. Now a quick counter-attack here. Alois, he tried to find Gunnar Kennedy, but Tom Pedersen got back and just makes the back pass.
Montreal United playing in the 3-4-3 today. Seoul, on the other hand, are playing in a 4-2-4.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a bit of a attacking versus lockdown defense.
Yeah. So here's Wartooth now. Well, probably why he doesn't shoot that often. That one probably ended about 12 rows deep.
Toki Wartooth likes to shoot. Probably shouldn't shoot as often as he does.
Yeah. Defenders everywhere are just crying, just like, this is why we aren't allowed to score.
Big Toki does have 2 goals in the year.
And he has played up well, but just, I think, got way too aggressive on that attempt.
Oh, agreed. He certainly doesn't have quite the skill set to be shooting the ball, though he does give it a good honest try.
Mertz! Cole Mertz, usually someone at the defensive end of corners, strikes offensively and sends one right into the corner of the net. What a shot that is off the corner.
Speaking of defenders that like to get involved, that's one of them. Cole Mertz, 2nd goal of the year for the Irish defender, puts it into the back of the net and Seoul in front.
I think it 4 defenders surrounding him. It was Machu, Moda, Phantomens, and Vilk who all trying to get up there and clear it out. And it ended up being the centre back for Seoul that was forward to try and win those headers. Lauren Koscielny style and does so there. But now he's got to try and defend here against Vilk, who just put it wide.
The set pieces are the equalizer of all defenses. You can stack that defensive formation all you want, but a good example of that there again. In these set pieces, it is really mano a mano, and you get to bring these big center backs into play. And Cole Mertz loves getting involved.
Indeed, and he was able to do so that time as Moda there. Makes a strong sliding challenge there against man. Williams just decides to elect to reposition it, going via Duke to Phantomens. He whips forward for Vilk now and has Wartooth on his edge, trying to get by Tenderloin on the flank. Likes to go back there for Moda. Whips across for Dexter Manone, who nearly had an absolute banger of a volley, but just ended up clattering into the side netting.
Some of the fans behind the net likely thought that might have gone in.
Indeed, as that one tried to find a man, was instead cut off there by Machu for murder, and now Pedersen trying to make a little run by Gunnar Kennedy. Back inside for Manone. Manone forward for Casual. The shot, the drive, but Mertz blocked it. Picked up Casual in the process, but ended up being sent forward there for man, and Phantomens made a strong tackle there, but ends up out over the sideline. Yeah,
both times referee made the right call there, in my opinion. Got the ball first and the player after.
Indeed, is now Tenderloin. It's forward for Danny Paul, and now Okamoto. Okamoto tries to get Paul on the left edge. Sent across, way across to reposition for Kennedy. Ryan is playing up forward, but Pedersen wins it back off of Kennedy. Ryan has to dash back there to try and cut off Casual, and then Manone, and does end up winning it back there. Okamoto try to find Kennedy again, but once more it's Patterson getting involved. Casual now. We'll send for Wartooth. Wartooth forward for Wilk, and Vilk, and Mertz ends up making a block for the corner.
What a messy play from both sides.
Yeah, just need to try and clean things up there as that corner is cleaned up and cleared out.
Plenty of enthusiasm from both teams here, neither side shying away from the tackle.
Indeed, both of these teams getting very aggressive, as there's the same there from Bismo. Funyuns taken away from Pork Tenderloin and now has a lot of breathing space, but having to be on the ball means that Tenderloin's going to catch him. Waltooth back for Vilk. Vilk turning it round, trying to get Funyuns a shot. Ended up just bouncing off of Soderberg eventually and rolling out for a throw.
Yeah, that's a name I haven't heard very often this match. Lena Soderberg relatively quiet in the midfield today.
Go to halftime. Montreal, I feel like they probably feel like they've been hard done by. They definitely have the majority of the shots, but it's not been reflected on the scoreboard.
They've had the majority of the shots, that is statistically correct. 13 shots, however, only 2 of them on target, whereas Seoul only have the 1 on target. It was off that set piece. But what that means is that Seoul's been stuffing Montreal's attacking opportunities. They've allowed them, right? And they allow Montreal the movement to progress the ball up the pitch, but they're not letting them take good shots. They're stifling them out wide. They're boxing them out, right? And it's been very impressive to see.
Yeah, and it's very interesting to me as well because I feel like watching them, it does feel like Montreal is just trying to get very aggressive to try and end up scoring. As we have one change. Ivan Jiricek has come on here for Shion Okamoto. Ryan there making a cutoff on Montreal's early attack. Kennedy finds man, looking to try and find someone early, but AJ Williams tried to clear it out, and I think it just got by Gunnar Kennedy there.
Time ticking away now.
Yeah, both teams have mounted a couple more shots on target, but I mean, it's been nothing that the goalkeepers haven't been able to handle yet. Now a set piece here again for Seoul off a throw-in, Paul to man. Across the area for Jiricek, finds Danny Paul! Bottom right corner! What a great goal there from Paul! Is usually good for one of those a season, and that just might be the one.
I just want to give a shout out to Jiricek here. What a pass. This is what you call a dummy. But it's not a foot dummy, it's a head fake dummy. You see how he looks to the left side, looks at Liam Ryan, then makes the pass to Daddy Paul. Daddy Paul is unmarked because everyone thinks the ball is headed up right here, and then he holds it, goes the other way, and Daddy Paul's absolutely unmarked. Beautiful play.
Yeah, it caught AJ Williams out of position. He was trying to signal like, where is everyone? I'm trying to get over there, but by the time that he was able to get anyone's attention and get them there, ball was already firing itself towards the net. Vilk now looking to try and Haverly, great save there by Neuer to get it around that post.
That is the second goal of the year for Danny Paul. Second assist versus for Jiricek as well.
Yeah, both contributing for their seconds of the campaign.
Coming in off that off the bench there at halftime, right?
And I mean, it was a replacement for Shion Okamoto. Here's Jiricek again. Just wide though.
Making the argument you should have started him over Okamoto.
No, I think, you gave him the opportunity and you can capitalize upon it. And there again, Cole Mertz looked for his second, but
yeah, Mojo Rising Fan made his career out of being a super sub, so it's Jiricek looking to reestablish his career in that sense.
Man tries to find Kennedy on the corner there. Ends up sweeping up though, got it back to Human. Listen blocked it out. Cross attempt that is, and now Ryan trying to find a through ball there for Jiricek, but was cut off there by Mathieu. And headed forward there by Murder, and now counter-attack looming here. Manone Oh, try to find Funyuns there, I believe. It was just taken away there by Soderberg. Aloisi now has Soderberg. Soderberg was on side. Shot blocked there by Mathieu, and Pedersen likes to run it out of play. Now, man, a drive. Oh, great save there, Duke. Oh, it was an excellent shot there. And Seoul might just be looking to lock this one away. And now a cross ends up being headed away though by Mathieu. And on the back end of the corner, Mertz, a shot blocked out by Mathieu. Then flicked back to the halfway with Tenderloin. And yeah, it just seems like Seoul is content with slowing it down.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They've done all they needed to do. Anything extra is gravy at this point.
Yeah, as that clearance will signal the end of the halfway mark of the season. Seoul ends up claiming this one, and I'm sure Montreal will feel like they're hard done by there, but the finishing just wasn't there for them.
Yeah, no, clinical from Seoul. They played really well, and just off the stoppage plays, those set pieces were absolutely deadly for Seoul. On the other side of the pitch, I think that Montreal, as of late, have been a little one-dimensional. Casual is kind of the guy that they go to when they need the goal, and when he can't find it, they don't win. That's not too uncommon to say about your star striker. If your star striker doesn't score, you don't tend to win. That's also why I think we're seeing a little more shots come out from odder places like Togi Wartooth. They took one of those shots early in the match, right? They're just looking for another edge, and unfortunately for them, they couldn't find it today.
Indeed, is that will mean that Montreal are the only team to move. They moved down in the standings thanks to Reykjavik's victory over Kaapstad, and Montreal's loss means that Reykjavik are now 2 points clear of Montreal United. And of course, the table is basically shaken out almost entirely. Montreal, the only team now that are equal with the team in terms of points, just have AC Romana, but are ahead on goal difference.
Yeah, Seoul, like you said, going into this match, really capitalized on Interlondon's draw against Accra. They punched themselves solely into first on goal difference and on points. So congratulations to them on the match.
Yeah, and Seoul look to continue that into the second half of the season, as that will do us here. From the Simulation Soccer League, for Sarah, Voiceless Creator, and all of the SSL staff, I've been Socc. We shall see you next time.
Good night.